Well, welcome to Moving In and Moving Out, our streaming spotlight series of the ever-changing business landscape of the Rockford region. Each week, we'll introduce you to new businesses putting down roots in our community while also honoring the legacy of those closing its doors after years of service. It's about growth, change, and the stories behind the storefronts. Join us every Monday. This week, WIFR's Maggie Polsine and Tyler Walkup get a behind-the-scenes look at a new store opening its doors in Rockton, the Prairie Street Mercantile.
Are you on the hunt for vintage treasures, antiques that'll stand the test of time? Prairie Street Mercantile in the heart of Rockton is the place for you.
It's just been like little by little, fast, but little by little. It's just come together so well. Just maybe it's luck, I don't know. It's just meant to be.
Owners Kate and Andrew Vaughn have been grinding away, making their lifelong dream come true, pouring months of time, work, and love into the vintage store. But the idea for Prairie Street started long before they signed the lease for their building in December.
We were married 25 years ago, and on our honeymoon, we stopped by a lady who was having like an antique sale. And she taught us pretty much the business, all about antiques. We just had a knack for it. And we started selling on eBay for her, and it's just evolved from there through the last 25 years.
Over those 2 decades, the Vaughns have lived across the globe as Andrew served in the U.S. military. From Texas to South Korea, antiques came with them everywhere.
We have a large eBay store that we have traveled even to Korea with. So when we lived in Korea, we brought, the eBay business with us, and we were able to do some of that there. That has been the in-between, but now we're ready to settle and do what we like best, which is antiques.
So they're putting down roots in the state line and chose to open the store in Rockton, drawn in by the strong sense of community and appreciation for antiques.
When we moved back here, we were really drawn to Frosted Farmhouse down the street and Whitney, and we had looked for a booth, and she was full because she has amazing vendors. And so she suggested that we should open down here. And I was like, wow, that's a big step, but maybe we should.
And kind of keep going back to Whitney. She was she's very well known in the antique community. And she just puts it out to everybody. Said, hey, if you want an extra space or you want a new space or a first time space, why don't you go ahead and give these guys a call?
It just ended up working out. So here we are, full of great vendors, and glad to be bringing more antique shops to Rockton.
The store officially opens February 5th, and one thing that was important to Katie as she put the store together was making sure every item here was thoughtfully curated. As you look around, you'll see displays of antiques designed with specific themes or colors, everything arranged with both beauty and browsing in mind.
It's supposed to be inspiring to decorate your home with. So if you go through here and you like a certain type of look, a vendor is going to put together things that would go together well, so you could transform it right into your house. That's the whole feeling of it, is just to make it easy for people to shop that are looking for specific themes. Also, each of these spaces is a different vendor, so they're also bringing their own creativity to the spaces and what they like to see in their houses and shops.
The inventory is always changing, but you'll always be able to find home decor, dishware, and something unique.
It's a little store, but it has a lot of heart in it, and we might eventually even open up more spaces in the back. So, we're hoping that people like it as much as we do.
And as a veteran-owned business, it's important for them to know others can do the same.
I think it's important to also show some veterans that there's all sorts of opportunities you can do in service and when you exit service. So this is just one of them. And maybe it'll inspire other guys and girls that want to do it.
This business has always been something we could connect with. It's always been just a great interest to both of ours. So I'm glad that I could be a part of it, in any way, shape, or form. She obviously knows the antique side of it far more than I do. But yeah, I'm happy to fill in where I can and do whatever I can. She always has the wonderful ideas, and thankfully I've always had a good handyman background, so I can make them happen.
Everyone is just helping everyone here. That's the biggest takeaway from this little venture for us, is that everyone's just been so helpful in guiding us when we needed, assurance and, assistance. Seeing everyone come in and look at the shop, we've done sneak peeks for the last few weeks, and we've just put our heart and soul into it, I just want to see what everyone thinks.
Shop small, support the local community, and find some treasures along the way.
Prairie Street Mercantile is located at 122 South Prairie Street in Rockton, and its grand opening is this week, February 5th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.